Welcome back to Just Ladies. Today we're doing a DIY segment, do it yourself, and we were making an Oreo notebook. So before the break, Melody was showing us how you're supposed to. What were you showing us, Melody?
I was showing you how to create the cover, I guess the cover of the book,
Am I
which is
supposed
basically
to
the
sew
cover of the
into
Oreo.
this thing?
Yeah, so like I did, is you sew it round.
Okay.
You sew around
The thingy, okay.
the sponge and the fabric.
Uh-huh.
And you have to sew them together so that it holds onto, I mean, it can hold on its own.
Okay.
You know, that's like I was saying.
So I just do it round.
Yeah, just keep going around, and I think you should make sure you do it twice.
And I make sure
I mean, it's small,
I
it would be
dig
really
into the
fast.
sponge.
Make sure you dig into the sponge. Make sure you go around it twice, because you're gonna have to eventually cut this off to have the cover. The cover of the book, a baby notebook.
Almost done.
Actually,
our little Oreo. So you said I go around it twice.
yeah,
It's safer, okay.
just go around it
Do my
twice.
second round.
So another thing, I think you need to make sure that the diameter, I didn't talk about the diameter of the cover of the book. It needs to be thick enough to be able to hold the papers. Like every book is, I mean,
Yeah,
the cover is just always generally strong.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you need a sponge that was thick enough
Mm-hmm.
to create this effect. I don't know if you can see what we're working with.
Something thick.
Something thick. Thick is always better, you know.
Always.
So this is
cool. Okay. Uh-huh.
right. So this is basically what we were making. This is basically what we have as an improv for the Oreo, as you can see. So the next thing we want to do over here is create this detail.
Yeah,
around
I
it.
was wondering how we're gonna do that.
Yeah, and okay, we're just gonna have to improvise over here.
Okay.
Because getting all these tiny shapes, I think only a machine can do that.
But what
And we're only human.
can we do that with? Let me put this thing aside.
Yeah. So how we're gonna do it is using the same materials we're using. You use the needle and the thread that you had. I'm using brown thread because it camouflages. You can use brown or black.
Yeah, whatever.
We're trying to create holes onto this biscuit over here.
So that's what will create the detail.
This is how you create the holes. So you just
from one side to the other.
yeah, from the back side, so that you don't have the thread showing on top. You just want to have an illusion of holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you sew right back.
You should be careful not to.
Very
hurt
careful.
yourself. Yeah.
My gosh, very careful. So you can see I made a hole over here.
Oh, just like that. So
Just like
the
that. So
idea
you
is to
repeat the process
okay.
just to create, like, you need texture with everything, you know, otherwise it gets boring. So you just continue. I'm gonna make about 6 holes so that we can move on to the second one. So as you can see,
What else can you use to create that detail?
I guess if you wanna make the process faster, you can just maybe take white paint, fabric paint, and then paint maybe little shapes on top of it. But it depends on, you know, how much time you have or willing to sacrifice for these tiny holes.
They take a while.
It takes a while.
I think DIYs is all just patience. You need
It is patience.
Yeah, because it takes a while, but the end result is normally so beautiful. I love it.
It really is.
It's worth it.
So I'm just making holes. It depends on how you like your cookie. And how fast you want your cookie to crumble. These cookie jokes are just flying right out of me.
You're busting with cookie jokes.
I'm busting, man. I think I love Oreos. That's the thing. That's why I decided to use an Oreo.
Yeah.
They're just very tasty.
So let me see what's happening there. Oh, cool.
Just those holes.
It actually looks like an actual biscuit.
It does. Wait until we're done. Oh yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. If you prefer digestives, you can use that. I guess the only thing that makes a difference is the color of fabric that you use on top.
Yeah.
Otherwise, okay, I'm just about done with this first one. Maybe one at the center. I really have to be careful with these needle things. I know I've had so many freak accidents myself.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Sitting on needles, I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically what we're trying to, just something.
That's so cool. Okay,
But
maybe
you can
do
repeat-
that to this one as well.
Yeah, you can repeat the process as many times as you want, depending on how many holes you actually want in your, like I said, depends on who you're making it for. If you're making it for yourself, if it's a gift for somebody, maybe I think you need to take more time.
Yeah, and of course, use more.
So that's the first one. Don't know whether that detail is. Oh my God.
I don't know if it can be seen on the camera, but yeah, kind of. You can see that little holes on the fabric that we've created.
We need more thread.
You'll need more thread, okay.
So yeah, that's before and that's after.
Okay. So this is how it was looking like before. This is how it looks with before the detail, then after.
That's after.
So we're going to do the same to this as well.
So another thing that I just, side note, because of the sponge and depending on how old the sponge is and how new, like we saw we were using
Old and new.
working with old and new, it's best to like use your stapler and just, because I mean the cardboard that we used was very soft cardboard.
So why, if it's, do you staple the new or the old sponge?
Whatever, you see the older one
Was
flat,
flat-ish,
and this
yeah.
one is really thick, so like you said, you want
and
it
they have
to
be more or less the same size.
Yeah, you want it to be the same size so that
a flat surface.
a more flatter surface.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're done with this. There's holes on the cover. So now we're making the paper.
Just I'm not sure if it can be seen. Oh, so now we make the paper. Okay.
Yeah, remember earlier we cut paper 5 centimeters around the same size as the cover of the book. So I'm just gonna cut
a couple of pages.
Yeah, a couple of pages, because you don't need to be too thick and then you're unable to combine everything together. And either way, it's a small notebook. How much can you really write in that? And then I'm just gonna cut.
It's easier to
around.
cut, much
Way easier. That's how I insisted on the scissors, the pair of scissors that you use.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you're working with something really sharp all the time. Oh yeah. Take your time. Patience is best, you know. So this is like the first set. You can staple them together from on one end. Okay, this is actually gonna double up just on one side.
Okay.
Because I mean, you want the pages to be able to open.
That is
shape
easier.
It's just not the shape I was going for. Anyway, just almost there. So we stapled it.
That as well.
I'm gonna make sure that it's on the same. I mean, like the ruled lines should be the same side so that your notebook makes sense. You know, I'm just gonna use this as the front. Staple them all together.
Both sides now.
On one side, so that you know
you've
it
stapled
opens up.
both papers that you cut up
together.
Okay.
I just added the paper because I think there were a few.
Yeah, to make it thicker.
To make it thicker.
But you also don't want to make it too thick.
Exactly. You don't
Yeah.
need to be too thick. So then you're unable to work with it. So anyhow, I was just trying to get it more round. And there you have it. You've got your cover. And then this is the cream.
So
The best
that's a
part.
white.
That's why you need
Oh,
some
that's the
chocolate.
paper. Okay.
This is the paper. So that's what the cream is. So like I was saying, the cream is always the best part.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to even lick the cream before I eat the cookie.
Oreo.
So this is what we have. You take your cardboard, sponge,
Cover, whatever you want to
Oreo,
call it.
whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. And then you take your paper, you put it on top. I'd rather use a stapler as opposed to glue because glue is so messy. You know?
Yeah.
So you just staple it on that one side.
And lucky for us, the cardboard was soft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then take the other side, hold it together.
Oh,
Ooh,
cool.
I hope
it will manage.
I hope it can actually, because
There we go. Or you'll have to do it again.
I have to. Oh my god.
It's not sticking.
Yeah, it's okay. One side. Hold on. That's what I was saying. You need to be careful.
Yeah.
Another alternative is to sew it.
Yeah.
Just need to see what works for you. So I'm just gonna attempt to sew through cardboard, paper, and
You
more
also have to be
cardboard.
able to think fast with DIYs because it doesn't always go as you thought.
Plus, you're doing it yourself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gone through.
That looks like it will be difficult
Yeah,
because of
it
the
is.
paper.
And the cardboard. And you have to be careful because you're still using a needle. Into the paper.
Is it going through?
It is, but I need to be patient otherwise. I also try not to cut myself.
Let's see.
It's because this sponge is.
Okay, so basically though, we're almost there. Close but not, well, close.
Staple. Let's try one more time.
So how about?
Maybe if you had like a bigger stapler.
Yeah, maybe. But for now, let's take a short commercial break. And when we're back, I'm sure we'll have figured it out. Keep it locked.